Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm coming at you live. Going to invite Tricia from Willow Oak Legacy. More transparent talk in the digital marketing world. Are the numbers that you see out there, are they really true? Are they
You saw my prompt for the phone because I'm not so legit yet. It was a candle.
Yeah, totally get it. I've got my computer screen, so that's how I got this. If you could see the operation that's happening.
I've got a big fort right behind me or in front of me.
Yeah, I got that. I got that too. And I've got a window, which is great for lighting, but when you're wearing glasses, everyone, oh, and there's my ring light glare right there. So it's all transparency in every way you can think of here. I've got glasses on because I'm not wearing mascara today. So there you go. That's it. That's how we're coming at you. Tricia, how are you coming at everybody today?
Yeah. I have, like I said, I have a humongous, it's Make a Fort brand. They're those big cardboard pieces that have the little small foam discs that connect. It's like a massive fort that I've had to literally crawl through a tunnel to get down to my restroom. Oh. Anyway, I move it so I could set up my station for the day. Right. My son begged me not to take it down. Okay. So that is how I'm coming at you today, Mel.
That's life, especially with homeschool moms. I used to homeschool like Tricia did, and it was just such a sweet time, but we were not known for our houses being in complete order in that season. And real deal, mine isn't even in complete order and my kids go to school. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm not here giving advice for that. That's not my strong suit. So welcome, Marketer 2424. We're glad you've joined us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some thoughts for you so that you can engage with us and put things in the comments. But as we kind of introduce ourselves and tell us who you are, we'd love to know who you are. Are you in what way are you connected to digital marketing at all? Is it totally new to you? Have you been doing it for quite some time? Are you kind of in the middle, like interested but not sure? Let us know in the comments below. But Tricia, we were going to talk about kind of digital marketing in everyday life before we get into the numbers, right, and the transparency. And what's interesting is I've applied for a job for a company I won't name necessarily, but they're really well respected, well branded. And so I had already followed them on certain parts of social media, but I thought I'm going to go into, like, you wouldn't think this brand is on TikTok, but they are. I wanted to see how they were representing themselves on Pinterest. And what was really cool is I was seeing them do the same things all across social media that our Legacy Builder program is teaching us to do. And so it's been neat to see, like, okay, I don't think they know anything about this digital marketing program that we have, but the call to actions that you're seeing, I mean, the ways that they're engaging with different followers on social media, all the hashtags, all the SEOs, like, it's just been really neat to see that take place in something different and kind of a well-respected, well-known, and you're seeing, wow, they're getting success because they're doing the right kinds of marketing and putting their brand out there in a very consistent and thoughtful way. Yeah. So anyway, happening.
Well, and I mean, isn't that our whole point and purpose of joining the Legacy Builders program is we both were looking for the skill set to create our own books and curriculum and projects. I mean, we have our own passions that we were wanting to be creators and just didn't know how to do it in this digital space, in this digital age. So I love that. I mean, it's literally teaching us what we need to know to do the things that we've set to do.
It's great.
Yeah.
Great.
It is good.
I'll introduce myself briefly and then have Tricia do that. But I'm Melanie, and I'm 50 years old. That's probably one of my things now because I just turned 50, and I'm thinking about reflecting on, first part of my life and forward with hope and anticipation to this kind of second half of life, if you will. And so I've got 4 kids, a husband who just went off to the last day of training before school starts tomorrow. He's a math teacher. I've got 4 kids, 1 in college, 1 in high school, 2 in high school, and 1 in middle school. So I'm kind of out of the homeschooling season that I was in, which was so precious, that Tricia represents really beautifully. And I'm a multi-income mom now. I've been a national director with a wonderful brand called Trades of Hope. I'm a speaker. I'm a coach. I do all the things, and digital marketing has just kind of fit into all those places in such a beautiful way and is really enhancing or kind of bringing my my ability to market my own businesses and the businesses I'm connected to in kind of a next level way. And so that's why I'm here and have loved it. And I'm looking to attract more mission-minded people, people who've been doing ministry work their whole lives, notoriously does not pay well, but they still want to take care of their kids and leave a legacy, have something for their kids, and not feel like we have to sacrifice time in ministry. Like, it's not an and or thing. You know, mission-minded people can make money. Then what we do with it is we're generous and we put it back into the causes that we care about.
Yeah.
And we use it, the digital marketing training that we're getting, in order, like Tricia said, to put great content out into the world, kingdom-minded content. So that's what I'm doing. And so this kind of fit hand in glove with what I was already pursuing after moving out of a full-time teacher role into more of like a multiple income, flexible, starting my own businesses role. So Tricia, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, well, I am Mel's ideal customer because for the last at least 4 years, I've wanted to write books, and I've wanted to create homeschool curriculum, and I've wanted to create spiritual formation resources to nurture moms' hearts so they can better disciple their children while they're home with them. And so that is really my heartbeat, is my family and our faith, and passing that legacy on. So when I talk about building a legacy, that's really what I'm talking about. But I think for me too, what I've realized is I've always been a really thrifty person. I've always been one like really proud that I can stretch a penny and that I repurpose things and I give life back to things. And, you know, that's always something that's been like a badge of honor, that I can live on little, and I'm willing to sacrifice and get gritty and resourceful and, you know, make things happen with not a lot. So that's a little backstory about me. But what I have since I think contended with, since inflation has hit us so dang hard, is that we have been in a season for longer than I'd like to admit that we have received more than we have given. And I think that is something that I'm excavating and working through right now, even being in this money making niche. With the Legacy Builders program, with digital marketing, is I am having to figure out how to let go some of that and to enable myself to really make money and to feel proud of that for my family, to free up my husband to pursue some of his dreams. He's been shopping franchises. He's so skilled in so many ways, and he really is looking at pivoting vocationally. And so, you know, I want to, but he shoulders the financial responsibility for our family. So I would love to see him have the freedom to step away to the things that he really wants to do. So yeah, there's always multiple layers, right? Or there's always layers to things. And so that's a little bit of my backstory. Is I am a person who wants to put good out into the world, and I want to create my own products to really nurture the mother's heart. But I also need an income, and I think that's, the money is motivating. I mean, can I get an amen from anybody out there? So really, while I am a missionally minded person, I want to, you know, my heart and my passion here is to help other moms who feel like there's no way that they have the means to be at home with their children, but they so desperately want to. I want to provide them with this opportunity to say, yes, you can. And I'm really, really excited for that.
Yes. And I'm in Arizona. Tricia is in Tennessee. And where you're from, because the great thing about the Legacy Builders program is it's available to anyone around the globe that has Wi-Fi and a device. So I love that, because I've been part of companies where we can maybe only sell within the United States, or we only attract women because of our products. This is available really to anyone who has the passion and desire to do it, and is even financially accessible because of payment plans, but we'll get into the finances of it. The first thing is that we wanted to talk about with numbers is you see a lot of promises, right? You see a lot of kind of like almost what feels like guarantee. Really, when you hear people talking about digital marketing being a scam, the only way it's a scam is if people are telling you you can earn a certain amount and promising that to you. We've never said promises or guarantees. We're talking potential here, that you have this pre-built business in a box that has to do so much, but you have to do the work along the way, right? You have to be the consistent worker and builder of this business along the way. That's just the way it works. Now, what is appealing and that often allows people with full-time jobs to say yes to this is you hear about the 2-hour workday. And so some people have pushed back on that, because really 2 hours, how much can you actually get done in 2 hours? And we share the webinars that Michelle O'Neill, the founder's doing. In fact, there's one coming up today after this about the $900 a day. What does that look like to be able to build a business to get there? And people will say, well, her webinars can sometimes last with the Q&A more than 2 hours. So she's doing more than 2 hours a day. Well, we're going to talk about what that 2-hour workday entails. And Tricia has kind of a good read on it. So tell us more about that 2-hour workday. What do we mean by that with digital marketing?
Yeah, I think it's an honest frustration or complaint that I think a lot of digital marketers have at the beginning of I thought you said it could be 2 hours. And, we find ourselves scrolling, looking for inspiration, or we find ourselves engaging with other accounts or being in DMs and having conversations with people. That has been something that really can suck time. And so I think, so there's that piece. Okay. But I think what we have to realize is that at the beginning, we have to discern how much of that is actually going to pay you. I mean, how much time and energy. I mean, we've got to weigh our values, and we have to create boundaries around it. I personally think that it is necessary for me to grow, to get to know other people that are in the digital marketing space. I think it's beneficial for me to engage with other accounts and cheer other people along, and to create relationships with other people who have like hearts and like minds. And so I think that time that we spend doing those things is really essential. It's valuable. But I think that we have to really guard the amount of time that we spend in that, and really be choosy about, do I really resonate with this person and what they represent, or am I just kind of being spammy and kind of just checking everybody out? So I think there's some discernment that we have to use with that. And then we have to really chunk our time and plan that set a timer to say, I'm going to spend this amount of time, or have those favorite accounts that you look to, that you want to engage, and you want to be a part of those same circles. You want to have those conversations with those like hearts. So have those few top accounts that you go to, and that you're continually engaging with those. So those, I think that you have to streamline that. You've got to be discerning with that. But I also think, because somebody just made this frustration on Threads the other day, and I hope that I say it as succinctly as I did over there. It's not my strong suit. But, I think that I think that we always have to put a little bit more work in at the beginning of anything. And as time goes on, we become more efficient.
Yeah.
I mean, we become faster, and we create systems. I mean, I'm in a growth stage. And so I'm in a process of creating really good systems with my story sequencing, with my posting schedule, with back creating content, my B-rolls. Those are pretty simple so far, because I've just been out and about when I'm adventuring with my kids, taking videos. But I'm going to start showing my face. And so now I'm going to have to figure that out. I don't know, Mel. Haven't figured that part out. So I think that we just have to be discerning. So I think too, we have to be discerning with the amount of time. We've got to use timers. We've got to be strategic with it. But we also have to give ourselves grace and know that it might take a little bit more than it's going to take. Likely, if you want to grow faster, it's going to take more time than just 2 hours a day at the beginning. But the hope is that we can grow to a place where we can end up maybe hiring a virtual assistant and farming some of these smaller, tedious things out. And we're learning to run on automations and learning how to really utilize those in a way that takes a lot of that grunt work off our plate. So there's different points and different ways to look at that. But I think being strategic too of what the income producing activities are. So a lot of times when you hear people saying 2 hours a day, they're talking about the actual activity that's going to make you money. That's creating content. It's responding to emails and DMs, and, for us, you know, posting free ads, which I haven't started yet, but there are free ad sites. There's there's hundreds of free ad sites that you can utilize. And so it's really taking your time or going live. I mean, this is an income, you know, my dog just came to say hello, distracting. But these are the things though that make up the 2-hour workday. And so when we're doing training and consuming content, that's not a part of our workday. When we're just scrolling arbitrarily looking for that inspiration or that audio, that's not considered a part of your 2-hour workday. So I think we just have to have a broad picture here and know that it's not going to be this way forever, but we have to learn to master our time. And so that is something that I'm really passionate about, is we have to become efficient with time management. And let me be clear, that is not easy for me. That is not a natural gifting that I have. And so, but because I value my family so much, it's high priority as I'm growing this small business.
Yes, well said. And I would just add that part of what can happen too is you get more streamlined in being able to kind of post and create content. You learn how to repurpose it, right? So we're going to both have this live video go onto our YouTube channels, which mine has doubled in subscribers since I've been doing this. And to be able to see that kind of growth happen, because the algorithms pat you on the back for kind of doing the things that our training is teaching us to do. And so, for example, our founder, yes, she sells the Legacy Builders program herself, because this is a master resell rights. We can turn around and sell this program. If you purchase it from us for $900 with that payment plan, you turn around and sell it to others by creating kind of your own version of it with your story and your kind of website domain. But that's just one stream of income that you can use. You can create content that creates its own stream of income. And then once you've got big followers on, whether it's TikTok or Instagram or Pinterest, and especially YouTube, as you're repurposing all of the content you're putting out there, you're like, our founder makes a ton of money on YouTube. That has nothing to do with, the Legacy Builders, although she does the training for YouTube within the Legacy Builders. And so you start developing multiple streams of income, which kind of leads me to, you'll hear things like $900 a day or daily pay that comes with kind of the wording of the Legacy Builder process. And that kind of like daily, or a day, that kind of can start to sound like a promise or a guarantee. I don't necessarily like to use that wording. I like recurring income or passive income with the automations that Tricia talked about are absolutely there. But we wanted to talk about the numbers of that. So $900 a day, when they say that, that means that you could have one customer, because you only need one customer to make $900 in this business compared to, any other affiliate program or something that you're in. You need one customer to make $900 a day. And the conversion rate is if you get 20 people who are interested into your funnel for your Legacy Builder program, statistically 1 out of 20 will purchase that. And so with the free ad websites, with the different repurposing of content, and you've put your call to action and your website out there, mine is Learn, Earn, Empower, Tricia's is Willow Oak Legacy. When we have people put their email in there, then they're getting those automated emails that's telling them more about the program, giving them the benefits and the different options, and sneak peeks of the training and videos from Michelle, our founder and creator, welcoming them in. So you kind of get to know her. You hear our story and how it's benefited us. And then if 1 out of 20, which my conversion rate right now is 1 out of 10, 1 out of 12 about, which has been awesome. And some people have even a better conversion rate than that. And so then you could make $900 a day if you're getting the 20 people in your funnel. And that's the key from what Tricia's talking about, is using that 2-hour workday well to be able to start getting those people into your funnel system. And then the conversion rate is really pretty strongly 1 out of 20, if not an even better odds. And so that's what we mean when we say, when she does the training for $900 a day, she's saying this is how you can get there. We're not saying the minute you buy in, you sell it, you get $900 a day. No, this is how you can build to that. And we have plenty of people who've done it. In fact, last I heard, I think we have 5 or 6 millionaires in the group, and most of them are somehow from South Africa. And a number of them are these single moms from South Africa that are just like, this has blown my world apart. This has been so amazing. I don't have to work 2 jobs anymore. I could spend time with my kids. So that's been cool to see. And Michelle O'Neill's goal is to create 100 or 1,000 millionaires. I'm sure she'd be great with either.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
She's already a millionaire. She could go off and do her own. Wants to pay it forward to bless other people, and so she has a goal of having at least 100 millionaires within our group, if not 1,000.
Yeah,
and it's possible. We're seeing it happen. Our group is growing by the hundreds every day as people think, man, this might be the best investment that I can make right now.
yeah.
And so we say $900 a day, and that's going to be doing right after this. We mean this is how you can build your business to get to that place. And you tell me what other businesses you have one customer that makes you $900 a day.
Yeah.
Tricia, did you?
Yeah, I wanted to add on another number that we didn't write in our notes.
Yes.
But it's related to the 900. So we're saying $900 a day is an income potential, which would be absolutely life-changing. But give it 90 days. So that is something you'll hear Michelle, our creator, say over and over. Give it a full 90 days. So we are both on a 90-day challenge, sprint, path. I've heard it called different things, but we're creating, we're learning, we're taking on little chunks at a time, executing, pivoting. We're making pivots in our own program based on the new information that we're learning. And so we're doing this, but we're committing to 90 days to see what can happen, because we're really just nurturing this space. These platforms, we're brand new. We don't know people.
Yeah.
We are low tech people. We don't know what we're doing on here. We're figuring it out as we go. And so I wanted to just add that really briefly and encourage people that $900 a day is a potential, but you need to give it at least $90, or not $90, 90 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And welcome to Money Making Ranch Wife. Oh, I think I follow you. I want to know more about you. Tell us a little bit about your digital marketing kind of history in the comments. Or are you thinking about it? Do you already do it? We'd love to know more, but welcome, and tell us where you're from too. I'm Arizona, Tricia's Tennessee. But we are talking about the being transparent talk of the numbers of digital marketing. What is actually true about it? And I'm sure many of you are like, okay, enough with all that. Tell me what people are making. We all need income here. And so I can give you multiple testimonies of what people are doing. My friend, Carrie, who is, North Dakota, welcome. I've been there once to Fargo my senior year for a debate tournament, and I loved it. It was so farmy. For a city girl, I just fell in love. So anyway, welcome from North Dakota. But we want to tell you about what are the income, not just potentials, but what we're seeing people do. And I purchased this as a customer through my friend and colleague who is a fellow coach named Carrie. And she has been developing and building a warm market she was coaching, and then she was helping women build their coaching businesses. And so she had a private group online in Facebook where she just gave out free resources. She had weekly meetings. She advertised other people's coaching businesses. She has just such a sweet environment there. And what she realized was she has her own story of being a single mom who had to work multiple jobs and had guilt around her not being there for her kids in the morning when they would get ready for school, because she had to work 2 jobs to support them. And just how God provided for her over that time. She's now remarried and just has such a sweet story, but has such a heart for moms who just want to be there for their kids and don't want to slave away. And so she watched her friend make $50,000, I want to say, within the first month or 2 months, and thought, could this be real? Not only would this help our family, but could this help the women that I'm trying to coach to start a coaching business? And for those of us who've started a coaching business, we know it's a slow start. There's no guarantees with that one either. You got to put in the time and the energy. And I have my coaching clients here and there, and I'm taking my courses. It just takes time to build to a full-time income. So she thought, man, if I invest in this program that will teach me and my clients how to market their coaching businesses better, but will also provide them a more immediate income where they can turn around and sell the program themselves to other people who are wanting to market their businesses and who are starting businesses and want to put good content out there. Gosh, maybe this would benefit me, but this could also benefit these other women as an opportunity to sell a product as they're building their businesses. And so she's like, all right, I'm going in. And I had been noticing digital marketing stuff across Facebook or wherever, but it seemed very cryptic. And I was like, I don't know. And then she started talking about it and I was like, wait a minute, I trust her. So I want to learn more. We went back and forth over Facebook Messenger, like, tell me more about this. I have these questions. And well, anyway, she's made over $100,000 in 2 months doing this. I think she's at the 2.5 month mark. Coolest thing is she just posted on social media because she anticipated that her husband, she kept it a surprise from him and the kids, that he would want a boat. When he heard about the money she made, that he would want the boat that he's always dreamed of having. And of course, she did a live video of revealing it to him. And he was so proud of her, so happy. And then he talked about his boat. We were all cracking up. She just posted 2 days ago with her and her family on her husband's new boat. And it was just really cool to kind of track that process. Cool. So anyway, she had already nurtured a warm market. She already had an incredible following. And that's what's so beautiful about this kind of opportunity is those people like bloggers, influencers, coaches, people who have already started businesses and maybe even for a time had success in them, right, but the algorithms changed or inflation changed or the Google whatever changed and they're not making the money that they used to be. This is kind of a way to tweak the marketing of your business, but also have a product to sell right off the bat. So we're seeing women who already have natural followings and have already nurtured a warm market being successful right off the bat. And Carrie is one of my friends who's done that. Then it does take time, right? But it's possible, exactly. And so the other story, though, that I'll tell is there was a guy who took the 90-day challenge, made zero money throughout that 90-day challenge, but was determined not to give up. And now he's been at it for a year and made over $200,000. So what if he would have given up in the 30 days or the 60 days or the 90 days? And then there's the stories of the people in between, right? There's the Midas touch stories, right? And then there's always going to be the people who try and give up too quickly and don't do anything with it. But then most of us are somewhere in between. And that's all I want. I mean, yeah, I'd take $1 million in a heartbeat, but I'm like, I just would love to make 50,000 this year with this or whatever, 100,000, that would be incredible. So I made my first sale in 7 days. I had just set up my automation. It took me about 5 days with the 2-hour workday to set my stuff up, got it started. And I made an announcement on my 50th birthday of all the things that I was looking, and I just made the digital marketing part at the very bottom. And I had people reach out to me, and a dear friend of mine who also wants to put good content out there, but has 5 kids, is a foster to adopt family. And she had lost her job and had some health issues. She signed up right away. She was like, this is what will make me finally put that content, that book that I've been wanting to write out there. And so that's been fun to see her. And she's taken off on TikTok. I just have a TikTok thing I'm observing yet, but she's taken off on that. So she's going in that direction. And Tricia and I are doing more of the faceless yet here's our faces on Instagram. So we all have different ways that we're going, but it's been neat to see. And then I've tripled my investment since I joined. And I haven't even paid off with my payment plan was a 6-month payment plan. And I'm just coming around. I'm probably halfway through paying it off, which is amazing. And so for me, that's enough. Like I'm grateful because I'm getting all this great content and I've more than made up for my investment. So from here on out, it's bonus, which has been so great. And so there's stories all along the way of what people have done. And like Money Making Ranch Wife says, it's possible time and consistency. Yeah. Anything you add to that, Tricia?
No, I think you nailed it, Melanie. I think that I think the numbers can be inspiring. They can be distracting. They can be discouraging, but we have to recognize that we're each on our own journey and we've got to keep laser focused on what we know that's in our heart. And what we have to have a long vision. And so I think so important to remember. But I think too that we ought to remind ourselves of the numbers because they are inspiring and it does tell us the potential. I think it goes back to that these are not promises, but they're potential. Yep. And I think to paint that picture and to make it really abundantly clear for people is important.
Yep.
I did want to also tell you, Melanie, that Money Making Ranch Wife from North Dakota is Alicia, and she actually has been really encouraging to me just via Messenger. So I wanted to tell you really, okay, something we just talked about the other day is really relevant for our last point here, which is ironic and interesting. But so the last number that we wanted to touch on is $0. And yeah, so Mel, be prepared to fill any holes that you see I create here.
Right.
But the question that we wanted to answer for you guys is, how much more do we need to invest once we've made this investment in the digital growth community? Okay, so there are 4 different programs that you can start with in the digital growth community. Melanie and I talk mostly about the Legacy Builders program because that's the program that we started with. It's the most robust, comprehensive. It gives us, I mean, there's more value there, okay? But there are 4 different programs that you can start with, being priced at $100, $300, $600, and then the Legacy Builders at $900. So I want you to know that. So if that $900, which is very, very worth it, but if that is scary to you, then let's talk about the different options that you can start with. Because regardless of which program you start with, there is a very robust, live and interactive, it's not just a course, it's a program. Yeah. And so as the digital landscape changes, as algorithms are changing, then we have our creator and others who are constantly experimenting and staying on top to make sure, thank you so much, Alicia, but to make sure, staying on top of these changes to make sure that we are kept up to speed and that we're not having to reinvest. So there's no monthly fees associated. We do a one-time, we purchase the program, we pay a $29 website fee, we purchase our domain name and a professional email if you so choose. And then from there are no monthly payments, 0. And truly, it is a comprehensive program that is constantly, with daily mentorship, constantly putting out more training, weekly trainings, daily trainings with this 90-day path that we're on. So there's an abundance. And so that's been the platform that I've kind of stepped on here in the last week or so, is that it's really tempting in the space to get to really see all the shiny, cool new products that are coming out and want to be like, I want that. I need that. I like that person. So I want what she has. Yeah. And so or she's moving so fast, like I need to get that. That's going to help me. That's what's going to be the accelerator here. Not saying, I don't want to discount that and make, these bold claims of anything. But what I know that my conviction is that I think that we need to go deeper rather than going wide. And so back to Alicia, who is supporting me, who I appreciate so much. She and I had a conversation about this the other day. And she basically said, any program that you have is going to have holes. And I would add to that, all these programs are giving incredible content and they're giving their own version of basically the same thing, which is why Mel says that, like, as she's looking at this new job opportunity for her, that she's seeing, oh, wow, they're using all the strategies that we're learning here in Legacy Builders. So there's a lot of great programs, and I'm not here to discount any program. If you have a program in your hands or multiple courses that are serving you well, then I would encourage you to dig deep and dive into those. Spend time really excavating every bit of knowledge there is to apply for your success. But what we have here is something that is live and interactive, that gives so much value and continuing education. And something that Alicia said, something else, I think I already said one thing she said, but she said the more that we consume in this space, the more difficult we make it to be successful. So if you have holes in your program and you need something very specific that you want training on, then maybe look at investing in something else. But try not to get distracted with all of the shiny new things. Yep. And that's what I love about the Legacy Builders program, is it is teaching education across multiple platforms. So it has training in Instagram and TikTok, on YouTube and Pinterest. It has all of these different trainings. You're not having to constantly shell out thousands of dollars to try to make this work for you. Put your nose down, put your blinders on, and really focus on what is in your hands, what's already in your possession, and make that work. I mean, that is what I say, make it work. And so that is a strong conviction I have. And so I wanted to say, there are $0 to invest once you've invested in the Legacy Builders program. And that is a path. I have scratched the surface. I have been here for 1 month. I have learned an abundance, and I'm sure if you followed me for any period of time, you can see how I've already made pivots and how I've switched or things around, or I've used different strategies. And that's not because I'm purchasing other courses. That's because I'm using what I already possess, and I'm seeing things may need refined, or how I may want to approach something differently. And I have the liberty to do that and to create a business in the way that I want to. Exactly. And so that is my encouragement. I'll step off my soapbox, but the point being is that for $0 a month, a one-time investment, you can have this, and you can take the time to nurture and to really create from the depths of who you are, and apply and execute all these things that you know. Yes. And so, Melanie, filling in holes with that. And Alicia, thank you again for your encouragement and affirmation with that. All that to say, not to say that there aren't things that you can't benefit from in other places, but we've got our hands on something good here.
We really do. And very comprehensive. And what I love about it is, I think because Michelle O'Neill, the founder, is becoming so popular, I actually saw there's like 3 or 4 accounts from her on TikTok that aren't her, because people are trying to, I don't know, co-star or whatever. I almost friends when I thought, I'm not real. Anyway, in the webinars that I've been a part of, she gets routinely asked, should I pay for a Facebook ad? Should I pay for an Instagram ad? And she goes, no, I don't want you. I'm trying to get you guys to do this without paying for anything extra, which is why she gives us the whole free ads training, which I didn't even know that there are places that you could post free ads. She says, actually, if you pay for ads on Instagram, TikTok, then the algorithms recognize that you're somebody who will pay, so they won't push out your free content as much. And I was like, one more reason not to pay for that. So I love that she knows that, and that she's made all of this income. And she's a single mom and a grandma, and gets to travel now and spend time with her kids and her grandkids, doing it on the cheap, really. And she wants to offer us the opportunity to do that as well. So one more reason why I know it's not a scam, because she could be getting so much more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we've been talking about the Legacy Builders program. So I'm going to briefly share some of the details of what's valuable about it. And some of it we've already touched. It's live interactive program. There's daily mentorship. In fact, you can see on your front page where it says all of the different kind of training courses you can go through, and it has them all checked off. And they keep adding to the total because they keep adding more and more trainings. And this is new training that's coming out in August, and this new training. So it's so rich, and it's kind of interactive and living and growing. There's a really supportive community. We haven't really talked too much about that, but that's part of the reason I think that keeps Tricia and I going, is this community right here, the community we're finding on social media of people doing similar things. But our digital growth community is this huge community of people, and they're constantly posting wins. I think maybe Tricia's going to share a few of those wins from today or recently. But it's a very inspiring. You can search for answers to your questions. But then we have a smaller community of the women who've joined with me, and then the women that they're going to bring on, or men or women, that are going to be their customers, where you have kind of a smaller community. So some people get overwhelmed with a bigger community. Some people love all the resources. So there's all different opportunities for community. And that's something that if you just did an online digital marketing program from fill in the blank university, you don't get that kind of community, right? And get a product to resell that way either. So it offers passive income streams that Tricia mentioned, but I will say if you buy in at the $100 level, you can only sell the $100 level. So that's another reason I invested in the $900 level with a 6-month payment plan. My other friend got it for a 12-month payment plan. So it can be really doable. And that way you can sell all of the products, including the $900 Legacy Builder. The 100% profit is incredible. Like, who can offer that? Think about how many products you'd have to sell in your old business, you know, to make $900. And it's just like kind of a DIY in a sense, like a pre-built program in a box where you get to put your kind of voice to it, but it's already done for you. You don't have to create it yourself. There's email and funnel automations for those of us low-tech folks. It's a proven system, step-by-step daily instruction, teach you how to create your own brand, how to master the art of building a faceless brand, which is what we're doing here. There's this ongoing mindset training, mentorship calls. She brings in other trainers. It teaches you how to create your own digital products, programs, courses, ebooks. That's really what kind of pushed it over the line for me. Is I have things I want to say, I have things I want to create and share with the world. So, and then it really teaches you to scale your own businesses that you've already got going, as well as this particular business. So,
Yeah.
Tricia, to add, or do you want to go through some of our wins?
Well, I'll go ahead and jump to the wins. Okay. So I just pulled it up. I'm on my laptop, and literally the first 65 tags in one day on their live webinar on, I'm assuming that's YouTube. Let's see. Okay. My first yes on a content video. Let's see. I am winning. Love this program. Okay, today is week 1 since my website is live. I'm following the program step by step and just got my 4th sale. The last was a $900 ding.
Yay.
Yeah. So just got my first $900 member from my first 20 leads. She signed up June 28th.
Oh, wow.
So so there's like a range of what's happening here. Went on Zoom. Let's see. So some people are just, I think this is so important too. I think a lot of times some people are just kind of sharing their wins for like something new that they've done within their business. So I know a lot of people that we've talked to on here, they've said, oh my goodness, I've been in this for 7 months and I've never gone live. You're inspiring me to go live. So literally 3 people have gone live since I've started going live with Melanie here, because we have been doing it scared, like it's not, I will say Melanie's a pro. Melanie's a pro because she's been doing this in different spaces and in different capacities. But for me, I'm not so
tired.
Well, you're good at it. But for me, this is really new and uncomfortable, but I'm doing it anyway. And so if that's you and you've never gone live and you just need that little bit of, encouragement and push, do it. So I love that too, that in our community, just in the way that we encourage each other here via Instagram and on this platform, we really have a really, we have a really great community on the school app. Or is it an app? The school program, where people are sharing how they've stepped out of their comfort zone and what they're doing and what the wins are to them. But first ad got me a lead. So free ads, went live, first TikTok post, 2 customers so far in August, 10 more to meet her goal. Day 7, 4 people have inquired, 2 are on the email list. So, $100 today, and it's not even noon yet.
I love it.
So, yeah, I think that I want you to see too, that the wins, we have to celebrate every small win. And so even when that means that it's something that we've stepped out of our comfort zone to do, but the income potential is obviously there.
Yes. So, I wanted to, after those wins, I did see one that said beach money, got a $900 ding while I was at the beach. I'm like, that's the beauty of automations right there. I love it. But these are some questions to ask yourself then, if you're kind of on the fence about this, or maybe you bought into the digital marketing kind of program before it had master resell rights, or before it had some of these additions that the Legacy Builder, I just feel like we've jumped in at just the right time for this. Oh, yay. I love hearing your testimony, Alicia. 4 figures in 4 months here, and that still feels unreal to me. That's awesome. Oh, that's so good. Good for you. It's great to hear those kinds of things, right? Happening to everyday women like us. Sometimes we look at people that are really successful and are like, that's not me, but everyday people are making the money that their families need. It's really been sweet to see. So, so with the numbers that we've talked about, if you are already spending time consuming social media, then you probably have time to fit this in, right? How much time do we actually spend? I've seen people on the school app during the training say, I canceled my Netflix subscription. Instead of watching movies at night, I'm learning and I'm putting stuff out there and I'm making money. Isn't that great? I love that. So if you're already consuming too much, turn that consuming into producing, into creating and contributing and putting things out there and making income from it if you're already going to spend that time there. Do you have a desire to create something but you don't know what or how? This is it. I can guarantee you will find a marketing direction in what we have available on the Legacy Builders. Do you know though that you have a message to share with the world, but you have no clue how to get it out there? Do you have an existing business that needs expansion? Maybe it was successful for a time, but it's fallen off. These are the most on-trend digital marketing strategies that you could really buy into. And again, they're shifting and pivoting as we learn more about the algorithms and that kind of thing. Are you just a mama who needs to make money from home while you're raising your kids and living the life that you want to live? Tell us in the comments. We want to know if any of those are you, and please ask us questions. And so we both have our websites that are in the links to our bio, learnearnempower.com and willowoaklegacy.com for Tricia. And so reach out to us, put your email in there. You can opt out anytime, but I've even encouraged, my one friend bought the program before going through all my emails. And I said, continue with my emails because those can help you rewrite, or not rewrite, but edit and tweak the emails that they give you to put your voice to it. You're welcome to use any of the wording that I've used. And so even if you're curious, you've done another digital marketing program, but you just want to know what other programs are doing, try that. There's no commitment to it at all. You'll start to see how the emails work. And then we also send out sometimes free goodies. I've sent out free resources that I've created, using digital marketing. We like to share when the webinars are, so you get a kind of a sneak peek and inside look without committing to the program. We'll often share those, like the one that's coming up today. And so get on our email list, just even if you're curious, just to see what it is that this is about, and feel free to reach out with any questions that you have. So anything to add to that, Tricia?
I think it's beautifully said, and I just appreciate all of you guys for hopping on and staying with us and engaging with us. You know that helps helps us small accounts, and so thank you for that. Truly, that means a lot.
Yeah.
And please feel free to share more wins. Yeah, here's Alicia saying also, I started looking into this at 8 months pregnant, so I didn't have to go back to work. Sat on the fence for 9 months. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. And it's done for your family in 4 months is pretty incredible.
Yes. Cool.
And now
Yay.
you can leave 9 to 5.
That's what people want, is if we could leave that 9 to 5. No potential for growth. I think that's wonderful. So I'm really happy for you. Last day this Friday. Oh my goodness, you're making history. We're here to win. That's really exciting. I'm glad you can stay home with your little one. And that's really what it's about.
Real one.
Yeah, that's what it was about for Michelle O'Neill, who was a single mom that couldn't stay home with her kids until she started doing some of these things. And now she's taking her grandkids on these amazing vacations, because that was her heart, is she wanted moms to be able to make the money so that they could do the things that they really wanted to do with their children and their grandchildren. So you are a testimony to what she's wanted, and she could have kept it all to herself, but instead she passed it on and made it doable for us. That's wonderful.
It's beautiful.
Yay.
Beautiful.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it, Melanie.
Yeah. Great. Thank you, Tricia. She's actually the one that's like, okay, you want to go live again? And I'm always like, I'm so tired. But then once we do it, I'm like into it, and we just got to find the right angle, and then I'm like in, and then the ideas are flowing, and so it's been really a joy to have, even though Tricia, we knew each other like as acquaintances through Trades of Hope with this, but we've gotten to know each other so much better through this. And she's been a good accountability for me because she's actually killing it on Instagram better than I am. So it's been fun for me to watch. I think if I didn't have this, I would be less motivated, to do the daily tasks when I've got 4 kids and other businesses and I'm tired and low energy and all those kinds of things. So I'm really grateful for Tricia as well. And so we would love to invite more of you into this community. We'll put you in our kind of support Facebook group and we'll talk through ideas together. We'll partner like this. So please join us. We'd love to have you and meet more women like Alicia and those of you out there who just want to leave a legacy for your family, more than just financial, like an overall legacy for your families. So that's what we welcome you to. All right. Thanks, all. Great to talk with you. Tricia, have a great day. Alicia, have a wonderful time. Have a great last day of work. I hope you celebrate well and enjoy a really long weekend after your last day of work. All right. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.